And so let me say that when there is a loss that upsets your life fundamentally, we have a tendency in our culture to protect ourselves then, to say, now this is the time I need to protect myself. And yes, to some extent, you need to be able to tell your story about what happened. You do need to be able to share it with your friends until you can integrate it. But then you need to be able to open to life again with the absolute faith that your life will bring you something new. I myself went through a major loss. My husband, my very dear, wonderful husband of 25 years, we were together for 30 years, got early onset Alzheimer's. He started in his mid-50s. We lost everything financially. We lost everything, because everyone does with it. He then reversed his emotional maturity, went from being a 54-year-old back to really being an infant by the time he died, which was in 2014. And I went through that whole experience with him, and somewhere near the beginning, at the point that I knew that he was losing his mind and that we were losing everything financially, I sat down and said, everything is changing now. It is changing in a way that I do not understand and I cannot predict. So let me see if I can be open to that change and see what it teaches me. Because look, I've been practicing this Buddhism thing for lots of years by this time, and I was practicing so that at the moment this was going to happen to me, I was going to be open. That was what I was practicing for. And so let me be open. And actually being open during that time found many wonderful things, and not the least of which was that my husband, whose name was Ed Epstein, actually deepened his spiritual practice. After he couldn't speak, after he couldn't walk, after he couldn't talk, he was smiling still, he was engaged, and he knew that this was teaching him more than any other spiritual practice had taught him, because he was losing his ego. He was losing everything, really, that kept him separate from others. He was joining into the context in a deep way. So this embeddedness that we have, when you can engage back into it again, you will find that your life teaches you in a new way.